Hi, and welcome to Pizzas and Stories by Pizza Box. I'm Vince, and today we have a very exciting guest with us. Shawn Halwani, founder and owner of Halwani's Pizza and Stromboli, with its original location operating since 2010 in Columbus, Ohio, opened their second location now in Hilliard this past February and opening very soon in Dublin. Now, while Halwani's is of course known for its classic cheese pie, what makes them stand out are their international flavors, which really comes from Sean's travels, like the Royal Moroccan pizza with Moroccan spices, the Shanghai shrimp pizza, and coming soon, I've heard that and I've read that the paneer tikka masala pizza and the shawarma pizzas might be coming too. So, what a great time to have you and welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Vance, for inviting me. It's such an honor to be at your podcast. And I'm very excited and very happy for you guys that you guys are awesome. This is the ideas we need here in America to support each other and know about each other. I mean, this is the land of opportunity, which I believe since I was a child. So let me just tell you a little bit brief about my background. And, a lot of people really ask, how did you get into the pizza business? I'm Shawn Halwani. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I was born and raised in Jeddah City in Saudi Arabia, and I lived until like 2005. I came here to the US to do my PhD program in computer science engineer. So actually, I'm an engineer. I'm a computer guy, tech guy. I was for a decade, traveling all around the world from Saudi Arabia for the IT, when it started back in 2000. So, I was like, we were in a big family, like we are five brothers, two sister member family. And I was like, when I was child, I was like, look at my mom, and she's like, taking care of everything, cooking food, dishing, everything. And I was like feeling sorry for her. So always I go in the kitchen and help her around in the kitchen and, try to cook with her. And, I'm like a foodie guy. I love food. I wanted always to make something so I can help my mom and same time, create some kind of dishes. But, of course I was child, so I wasn't allowed much to do it. But one of the things which I was very crazy about it when I was a little boy, like I want to make my own pizza. That was my dream when I was a child. So, you know, at that time, there's no YouTube, no internet, all this stuff. So how I can learn how to make the pizza. So I remember, a long time ago in our city in Jeddah there, people, sell books, like used books and stuff on the street. And I saw a book that says how you make the best pizza. I'm like, I want to buy that book. So I was like so hesitated, to ask my parents, okay, can you please give me like, it was like 10 real or something. And that time, 10 real is like a $2, but it was very big amount at that time. So I decided to save some money and buy that book so I can learn how to make the dough, which is the main important thing in the pizza.
Of course.
And eventually, after a few weeks or I think few months, and I'm saving the money to buy that book. And every day, every time I walk by, I see that book is still there. And I always wish, oh my God, I hope nobody's going to buy it because only one book there. Yeah. So eventually I got that book and I went back home. I was so excited, so happy. I want to make my own pizza. I think I was about 9 years old or 8 years old. And then, I read the recipe and everything. I started making, I make it and made my own sauce and cheese and put it in the oven. And it was the worst pizza ever.
I was going to say, yeah, I would be very surprised, at the age of, as you said, at the age of nine, right?
Around nine,
Yeah,
I
around
believe.
nine.
So I was like so disappointed, but same time, I was very like, no, one day I will make the best pizza in the world. It's just like it. And I always believe like dream as much as you can because it's free to dream. So you can dream whatever you like. So what happened is after that, I tried again and again. It didn't work out. So I just quit and I just went focusing on my study and everything. I finished my bachelor So I thought, okay, let's do my master in computer engineering in India. So because at that time, India was booming with Indian, technology and everything. So to India. And because I was traveling a lot for business and pleasure from Saudi Arabia. So wherever I go, first thing I go to restaurants, try all the different dishes, different culture, different people. And then in India, I saw a lot of like flavor, the dishes, the tandoori and tikka masala, a lot of spices in India. And I was so impressed. And I'm like, okay, that's great. And I'm just still, I don't have any idea that one day I'm going to open a pizza shop until I went to Italy, the home of pizza and everything, which we know. And I saw that there was a city called Pisa, the Pisa Leaning Tower. And I bought a slice of pizza and sat down there and took a picture. And I said, one day I'm going to open a pizza shop. It was just like, by myself. I'm just saying, yeah.
How
So
old were
my,
you? How old were
at
you at
that,
the time?
I would say I was like 23, 24,
23,
24
24.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, years old. And then, I like the pizza there. I like their strombolis and a lot of Italian food. And then, went back to Saudi Arabia, finished my master. I was, working as an, computer engineer and traveling around. And then I decided, let's do the PhD here in the US. So I Googled the best, my field stuff. It's in Ohio State here in Columbus, Ohio. And, there we go. Got the paperwork done, everything. And I came here to the US and I'm trying very hard to get into the PhD program, which is, because I wasn't sponsored from my country at that time or didn't have that much money to get into the PhD. So I tried very hard and, there's like financial aid and stuff. I even applied for it and stuff. At that time, I didn't get approved. And I was stuck in between whether, go back to Saudi Arabia or do something here. And I decided, no, I'm going to stay and I'll try my best, even, find a job and work as an IT in computer field engineering and stuff. So at that time, it was in 2007, 2006. At the time, economic times, with the collapse and stuff happening that
Right.
year. So the only thing I found a job as a pizza driver guy. So I found a pizza place, local pizza guy. And then, I said, you know what? I will just do delivery. I have never done delivery ever before. So I was like, okay, let's get started, just to support myself because now all the money I brought is gone in the colleges and stuff and, living expenses. And now I am broke. So I was like, okay, let's do some delivery until we'll see what we can do. So I joined this small pizza shop and started delivering. So here's the thing where it started, the real thinking. So my first delivery when I went to the house and I knocked the door and say, back in days, you have to, knock the door. Somebody have to receive it, whether give you cash or signed. You cannot just leave it in the house right now. So when I knocked the door, people opened the door. The kids were so excited, like screaming pizza. The whole house was like shouting. And even there was a grandma, grandpa, oh my gosh, pizza. And the dogs are barking. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I did something wrong. I was like, what happened? I was like, wow, this is all because of, you know, pizza pie. And I went back and I'm thinking, my gosh, I mean, wow. I mean, okay, we love pizza. Everybody loves pizza in the whole world. But
Of
like
course.
here, people are really crazy about the pizza. So it's like, wow, this is a great business. You can make money and you can bring happiness to the houses, which I saw. So while working in this pizzeria, I was delivering and, whenever I go and meet them, we got a like very strong bond between me and the customer. They start loving me. Kids, when I go, they give me like candies. I
Oh,
give them the pizza. It was a beautiful environment. And I like everything, any business, I like it has to have some fun, some exciting thing.
right.
And at that point, I'm like, let me do some research. Like, still, I don't know how to make the pizza. I don't know how, the operation or anything, but I just look at them in the kitchen, how they do it, but I don't know how to make the pizza. So finally, I just at the home, I made my own pizza, like a small dough, one slice, and I made it, and it was okay. I mean, wow, I was like happy, like I made something.
So I just not
Yeah,
to interrupt you, but I'm very curious. So when you made your first pie, so to speak, or was it a pie or was it just a slice? What would you say? Just like a
yeah, just a very
small,
small slice made, like
right?
a small pie. Very small.
Right.
It's like in the house. So I went
Where did you
online.
even get where did you learn the ingredients just even to create that first one?
I just went
Online?
online here,
Okay.
people this and that, and
Right.
I did it, and it came out good. And I was happy, like, wow, I made my first pizza. So I remember my days when I was like 9 years old. I made my own pizza. Now I'm doing better. So I was happy, but it's still I don't have any like intention. I want to make a pizza shop. And then finally, I said, you know what, let's just start working as in my career, my field. And I started working for Verizon for fiber optic, engineering stuff for like almost 6 months. And since like a decade, I'm working on coding and computer and everything. Just, no, you know what? Let's open a pizza shop. At that time, I decided I want to open a pizza shop. So I did, some research about the pizza and the reason why. Because first of all, what I see, like I have never met someone who said, I hate pizza or I don't like pizza. You know, everybody's like pizza. So even if you look, pizza really brings everyone together. If the pizza comes to the house, the slices, they all can share and have fun. And second, I saw some statistics saying that here in North America, they make more than 500 frozen pizza every day.
Yep.
So imagine 500 million, every 5 million frozen pizza every day. How about the fresh pizza? How about the chain? How about the, franchise and stuff like this? I'm like, wow. So it's a number one sale. And I did some kind of calculation about the margin, the food and stuff. And I see, well, yeah, you can really make a money. You can make a life and you can bring something like new in this country. And here we go, now trying to find a space and spot to rent. It's a fresh new, it's very hard, but, I did it all by myself. So I saw some like people from like Middle East, from other countries. When they open a pizza shop, they just go and open whether in a like where it's a very like not really posh area or very nice area. They just go in the small areas and try to open. And I see some people, they stay there for 10, 15 years, 20 years, and it's still them. And my plan was like, no, I want to open in the best area here in Columbus because I believe that, when you open with people where they're educated, nice people, they're going to take you for the next level. That's what I believe.
Right.
So, yeah, so I found a place called Grandview, which is one of the top places here because the whole, the professor in the Ohio State University and the players, football player, all of them, they live in that area. And that's like
Okay.
a heritage area. So I tried to find a spot there just to start opening a pizza. And still, I don't have any recipe. I have nothing. Just I want to get the spot, get the oven and everything. So I found a place, a very small place, like 1,000 square foot and less than 1,000. And it's not even on you know, the main street. It's kind of like hidden. And there was in this location, there was like, so the landlord, he told me, listen, this corner, nobody rented more than 6 months to a year. And they leave. He said, I don't know whether it has a bad luck or it is like kind of hidden. I don't know. I said, okay. And it was a little cheaper than, the one on the main street and stuff. I said, let's start small. Okay, I want to get this place. He said, okay, I can do lease for you 3 years, 6 years, or let's just start with the 3 years. Or if you want, I can make it for 2 years for you. I said, well, I want it for 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And, he got very shocked. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I want it for 10 years. So there's like certain nets, 5 and 5. I said, I want it for 10 years. He goes, okay, you sound confident. Good luck, but don't come and cry to me after a year or so. I said, okay. So I got the place and I started, getting ready for the ovens and stuff. And I did all my research about the ovens, the conveyor ovens and everything. And there we go back in 2010. I opened the first one and nobody showed up, to be honest.
No,
Very hard.
of course.
In Grandview itself, we had 26, at that time, we had 26 pizza shops in 3-mile radius.
Hmm.
So it's
Wow.
a huge like competition of the pizzeria from chain and locals, and some people come from Italy and they have their own pizzeria. So it's very hard. So it's very hard to convince people come and try my pizza back in 2010. Now Ghost Kitchen just put the name and brand, whatever people order. Yeah. At that time, it was really, really hard to go and convince someone, hey, try my pizza.
Yeah.
Well, I started and I got one girl, I remember, so she can take off the phone and stuff. And she was sitting playing, doing nothing. It was so hard. And I was so dedicated, like, I want to do it. And I want to be like one owner chain one day. It's just like I want to do it. But it was very difficult. And plus, I have, expenses. I
Right.
have,
Of course.
installment because everything bought, it was like, payments. So I have to pay payments. I have to pay the, employee. I have a lot of expensive rent and stuff. So it was very tough. And then now, even before I opened, now I'm trying to make the pizza, and which I don't have a recipe, nothing. Okay. So this is before I opened. Now things is different than you make one slice or small pie at the house, or you want to do like 50 pound. You have to do 50, 25 pound at least for the commercial thing. So I did the first one and second, third, fourth, and the shop is closed. I'm just doing all my experiment inside. And every time I make the pizza, whether it's like a rock or it's very, very like mushy and, falling, no taste, it was very hard. So it took me about a month and maybe about, I would say 50, 25 pound of the flour. Just,
Yes.
make the experiment and then have to throw it out. Making experiment until I came to the point like, wow, it was good. I made it. The crust is good. The sauce is fine. Everything's good. And here we go. And then I opened. And after I opened, of course, it was hard to bring people in. People came and tried, but it wasn't like it's supposed to be. At those days, it was very hard when you open like a new pizza shop and to people to, try it. So now I'm thinking, what should I do? I think I have two options, whether just sell the place and go back to my IT field and computer engineer, or stay strong and keep it up and, things like that. It was a very hard decision because even now I'm not able to pay my rent, my house rent, because there's no money coming in.
And how long?
Oh,
How long into since the
first,
opening? First year, right? Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by PizzaBox AI, the all-in-one pizza subscription platform for pizzerias. With PizzaBox, you can launch customizable pizza subscriptions, offering customers weekly pizzas for 6 months, 12 months, or even month-to-month plans tailored to your pizzeria's style. Raise up to $100,000 upfront in 30 days through prepaid subscriptions, lock in customers for regular weekly visits, and boost weekly sales with subscription upsells. It's like Netflix, but for your pizza. Your customers subscribe and you grow. Start your pizza subscription today at www.pizzabox.ai.
all first year.
Yeah.
Like, and then I tell my landlord, please, I couldn't make money. Can you just please wait another? And then I just borrow money from other people and give it to it. Just I manage the whole year. But some people told me, wow, your pizza is good. Your pizza is really good. I like it, and started coming back. But it was an out. So they did something called, we have in Grandview, Columbus, we have something called pizza crawl competition. Pizza crawl is like all Grandview people in Columbus, they crawl and they try every pizza and then they vote for the best pizza. So they did this competition and I was ready. I got my people. I made my best pizza I could ever do. And they voted for me number one.
Congratulations. And when was this? How long into since you opened did this
Almost a
happen?
year.
Almost a year.
Year.
Wow. Wow.
So, and I would say year and a half because
Mhm.
it was in 2012. So 2012, I got the vote number one. They said it was best pizza. I was so happy. It was like a really dream come true. I was very happy. And then, of course, the news came and, dispatch and, a lot of the, media on the paper, of course, no online in that time. Hardly you can find it. And people start coming to me, but they are like, what Halwanis, like, because it's my family name. So I was like, I want to do something belong to me because I create everything from the zero. And they really started liking me, but it wasn't like booming or doing anything. And I'm like, I have to do something now really different to let the people go to the different and delicious. So I created this international recipes pizza, which is international, both countries. I used to go and love their food. I'm like, let's turn that
Wow.
dish on the pizza. So I did almost, at that time it was 6 pizzas. So I started with the tandoori chicken pizza. It's like Indian cuisine. And that's the top notch. And Moroccan pizza, because actually my wife, she's from Morocco. So yeah, so I love their cuisine. I love their food. So they have a special dish called bastila. I just turn their spices and put it on the and put it on the pizza. And then the South African one, my best place I go. So they have a special steak with the special like barbecue sauce, the way they do it. And then I just put pizza. And then I got the Shanghai shrimp, China, one of the like the countries I love to go and learn from them was China. And I put their, flags and, their spices on the pizza. And the taco, of course, is there, but still I have to put the taco there and the Greek pizza with the feta cheese. So I'm like, because now here in Columbus, it's like New York, it's very diversity. Actually, all America, we are like all diverse, different culture, different people. So people started, even some Chinese people came at that time, and they didn't even read the ingredients of their Shanghai shrimp pizza. They just saw the flag. I want that pizza. I said, okay, that's fine. I made them that pizza. So now I'm starting having a lot of, and of course, people here also love, different cuisine and spicy food. So the tandoori chicken was the top notch. And at that time, I was searching if anybody doing something like this, international recipes. It was rarely people doing something. I couldn't really find like a specializing people doing international thing. So here we go. I just put the whole cuisine of the world on the pizzas. And then
Brilliant.
it really boomed. And then after that, it was great. And then the thing is, it was good. People love it, but not everybody liked the international, But the main reason I would tell you, and it's a good thing because, I learn and I try to, tell every people so people also can learn about it. So this is the menu. Here's the menu. Okay, Hawaiian pizza. So we've been like 50 years by now. And then every time they did the pizza competition, pizza crawl from 2012, 2022 for 5 times. And every time we won best pizza.
Wow.
Yeah. So last time I felt really bad because there were about 25 people getting in the competition. And then every year people getting out because every time I win. So I told the commission area, there's a commissioner who organized this competition. I told him, listen, 2023, if I win, just please give it to the next person. Because I want the whole community to be happy. Yes, this is fine. So they give it to the next person. I said 5 times enough for me. And then back in 2016, there was a Pizza Pizzazz competition. Maybe you heard about it. It's an international North America Pizza Pizzazz edition, the whole U.S. And we went doing the pizza competition by the tandoori chicken. We got the number 15 nationwide.
Wow. That is unbelievable.
It was a Pizza Pizzazz competition.
Mhm.
So back to the menu. So after I did all this international thing, I actually put my story at the back of the menu, which is says my American dream story, the land of opportunity, the whole story which I told you is right here in brief.
Right.
That was a big hit. People here really wants to know who you are, what is the background of your food. They want to learn. And after they read the story, and people really love it. And they actually brought their kids, and they like, oh, look at that man. He's a success, very like hardworking guy, because they started shaking hands, taking picture. And this is how we grew in the community. And then we opened our second location in Hilliard, and now in Dublin very soon. And we added some more recipe like shawarma pizza and
Mhm.
tikka masala pizza, because at that location there's a lot of Mediterranean and Indian people. And now next year we're gonna start franchising, because we already got the deal with my people in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So we're gonna open one location in Jeddah and one location in Dubai, and we're gonna just start franchising from next year, hopefully. So that's the whole story in brief. Any questions?
Wow, Shawn, I'm sorry. This is exactly why I was really keen to start this podcast again. It's for stories like these. There's a lot to unpack and uncover here. That's why I didn't want to even interrupt you at any point, because wow, wow, there are lots of places we can go from here. So first of all, once again, congratulations with everything. This is, you know, quite, quite the story of everything, of gut, instinct, perseverance, right? And the story is far from over, right? But I guess if we go a little bit back, I'd be very curious to understand the following. It seems like a lot of these decisions you were making, it comes from this inherent trust you have in yourself, right? This confidence, right? Whether it's, after this, all the accolades you've achieved within the IT and tech industry, to go into and, say, I'm going to start a pizza shop, or to lock in a lease of 10 years, which, you're the first owner I've heard do that. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Where does this stem from? Because as you mentioned, it seems like before, this notion of you opening and running a pizza shop was kind of more in your subconscious, right? And then it became part of your conscious. Kind of consciously tried to make an effort to do so. Where did this confidence for yourself come from, or was it always there?
Well, because I believe something when I was kid, like always I want to do something I love and love what I do. Like, always. So at that time, yes, I love food, but you're still kid, you have to study, you have to go to college, you have to do stuff. But when the chance come, I found myself, I love food more than anything else. So, you know, do the food business. And of course, this business has, okay, passion is great and everything, but if there's no return, it's going to be not very good. So when I did the research about, all this uh, profit you can make and something people love, so let's do this pizzeria and then love it. And of course, there's a lot of challenges, and I know a lot of my friends and a lot of other people, they started businesses, but if you're not strong enough and you want to achieve your goal, it's going to be hard. You're going to, of course, fail. And also, I believe in like three things. This is something self. I was like reading a lot, thinking a lot. Like I would say always, put your goals. First of all, put your goals, what you want to do. My goals is this, one, two, three. And then the second thing, work hard. And that's great, but work hard smartly, like a smart way.
Okay.
Because a lot of people work hard, but it's not a smart way. It's not going to
Right.
take you anywhere. So work hard a smart way. And the third one, which is more important than the goals and this, which is never quit. Never give up. So if you give up, you're not going to see your goals. So that's exactly what happened in the first 3 years. It was so hard for me. Like so many times I just sleep in the store because tomorrow I have to wake up, I I did it, like I still remember, and still I'm gonna keep that place forever, hopefully. And actually, I'm planning to buy the whole. I'm gonna buy the whole, like it's like a small plaza. I will just get it,
Mhm.
just it as a memories in the future. So,
Wow. Wow, that's great. And so, as you mentioned, especially in your first 3 years, you've had all these kind of obstacles and hurdles, right? Was there one that was kind of the most memorable for you? Something like one of these hurdles that like really changed the way you think about whether it's pizzerias, life, whatever. What was that one hurdle that you still keep close to you?
well, yeah, just let me know. It's a funny story.
Please.
It's a funny story about what kept me going on. It's very hard because you're not making money and people not trusting you. Because now, after a few months, there's no money, so I couldn't pay nobody to come and work for me. So I was working by myself. Okay. And now when someone come in and he see nobody inside, you're by yourself, they hesitate and they're like, should I buy pizza from her? No, yes, no. So now that restaurant have like kitchen at the back and there's a window, okay? And there's an oven, you see everything like thing, but they cannot see no one. So what I did, it was very funny, and I'm gonna tell you first time. I told some of my friends, they were like laughing about it. I tried because I feel like business is mind game. You have to do something,
Right.
as they say, fake it to make it, sometimes. So what I did, just to let people, oh, I'm a busy, my pizza's good. People are busy in the kitchen. So I got some recording, like people are making pizza, some kitchen knives, some people talking, and I put the background play in the kitchen. So whoever comes in, he thinks the kitchen is super busy. So
Wow.
yeah, just let the people know the kitchen is busy and I'm okay. What's your order? Okay, I'll make it. Give me about like 15, 20 minutes like that. And I'll go make it. They like it. They say, wow, it's nice. So this is how it started.
It's brilliant. That's brilliant.
So this
Wow.
thing I can't really forget. I was trying to bring any ideas, anything to just people, let the people, because here people really, more than the food, they want to love you more. So, for example, I'll give you, there's a lot of chains here in the US. They don't like the quality or the food, but they're super busy. They have over 600 store all over the US, but they made the people like them and they made the people like their food because they did certain strategies to make the people love their food. So this is how business.
Very interesting. And so interesting you mentioned, so of course, as you mentioned, it's very important for a pizzeria and for yourself to love your food and of course love you, love your story and yeah, the pizzeria as a whole. So you mentioned that at first when you were creating your first recipe, right? You went through just pounds and pounds of dough and ingredients. So how did you find that, okay, this is the perfect recipe? Did you have others trying it as well? Or what was that process like when you finally got to, that eureka moment?
Yeah, for sure. So, we eat pizza since we were like babies. Okay. So everybody knows like, okay, this is good pizza, this is bad pizza, crust is too thick, it's doughy. So I'm trying to get it in between, like, okay, not like very doughy, not very like hard, not very crispy, just trying. At least I want it to be like baked. At least it has to be baked and people not gonna complain about it's not baked, it's doughy and stuff. So I came to the point, okay, it's just started now baking and the taste is okay and it's not like lumpy or it's like a stand a little bit and it's a good crust. And then of course made some more improvement to that because it's just it's an art, the dough is art. So you have to have a certain amount of everything with the yeast and stuff and make it's like a chemical or science to get the right dough. But so far we made it finally.
Of course, of course. Um, wow. Where do we go from here? Is I know you're a busy man, so I don't want to take up all your time, but I do have a couple more areas I do want to cover just because I have you on right now. First, great, great. So first, I guess let's get into a couple of fun memories you might have. So of course, every pizzeria has some wild or memorable stories, whether it's from the staff, the suppliers, the customers. When there is one story or one event that happened in your pizzeria that you always remember, What story is that?
Okay. So actually made me laugh about this story. So
Mhm.
Grandview, we have one Italian guy. He came in back in 70s and he opened his pizza shop with his wife and it's a very good pizza. And when he was with our, the competition pizza crawl, and before even they do the pizza crawl, I used to see their drivers with their name coming by pizza from us. And I'm like, you work? Yeah. And I'm like, you work for that pizza? He goes, yeah, but I love your pizza. And he buy from us. So this was like a beginning of my happiness, beginning, I see my dream going there. Like, wow, if this guy, he get free pizza from his own place where he works at, and then he comes to buy it, it must be, it says something. So I was very happy at this point. And then, so this guy became very good friend of mine. "Ah, how are you? I like pizza and stuff." And then when they did the pizza competition and I won number one, this guy was very mad. The Italian, he was like, so the driver is actually telling me, he's like, he was so mad. He said, "Who's this Halwani?" He said, "He's from Middle East and stuff." He said, "We're Italian. What, Middle East knows about the pizza." He goes, "No, it's a very good pizza. You have to try." So this is one of the funny story I cannot forget. And I was very happy. Wow. So you made it.
Wow, wow, that is, yeah, that would definitely be a top memorable story right there. I don't even know how. Are they still around? Is their pizzeria still around?
Still around. But of course, this is the thing. There's a lot of pizzeria here for 20 years, 30 years, but they're still same place,
Hmm.
So,
Right.
for me, I just believe, okay, I want to be worldwide. This is how I started. And next year, we're going to be in Dubai and in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And there's already a few people asking me for like franchise and stuff. So
Hmm.
we are going for franchise makers in California and they're working on it. So hopefully maybe 9 or a year, the franchise will be there, and then it's going to be available to people to, because we serve also Strombolis. We serve a lot of stuff. So we have, yeah, maybe you saw the menu from Strombolis and pasta and calzones and, appetizer and stuff and gyros even, because, I feel like sometimes, people come with a family. Okay, everybody in mood of pizza, but one guy is mood in sandwich. So we have gyros. So we have a different option for people who can choose from the menu.
That's
Yep.
great. That's great. Wow. And so how would you, because it's very fascinating because the way you describe, your pizzeria and Halwani's in general, right? It takes in the inspirations from, it's kind of hard to put it all into kind of a single sentence, right now for me, because there are so many nice moving pieces from the international side thing to the more kind of homey family style kind of oriented focus of it. How would you describe Hawani's in one sentence?
I would say consistency. The
Consistency.
consistency, because there's so many pizzeria where they reach to and what they're gonna do. Okay, I have seen so many came here, and so about 20 years I have seen so many pizza places come in and out. Now the third one I bought, I actually got, it was a Pizza Hut before, and
Okay.
now we drove them out, we got in. So this is I feel like maybe we're going direct way. I mean, way to my dream. So how consistent you are in your quality of food, and people love you and support you and they love your food because it's good and they like you. That's how would I describe myself.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I really like that answer. So
Thank
how
you.
about this? Do you have time for one more question, a couple quick fires, and final final bit at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah?
sure, no problem.
Awesome. Awesome. So first, let's touch a bit quickly on industry, right? As you mentioned, you started off in pizza delivery, right? And kind of that personalized touch to it that existed many, many years ago, right? Where delivery drivers really knew the families they were delivering to. There was that connection there, right? How have you seen the pizza culture change over the years? What is the one thing that you felt change, and is it towards a positive direction, or is it something you want to scale back in a sense?
Okay. So this, my answer is going to be linked with a small story, if you have.
Great, of
So
course.
yeah, so this actually the internet thing, the all booming Instagram, all really changed the whole industry of pizzeria, to be specific. Because I tell you what happened. Now, in those hard time when I couldn't afford to pay anybody to work at my place. And now I am concerned about any calls to come in so that because that call will bring me money into the store, whether pick order or delivery order. So if I've got a pick up, that's fine. This is back in 2010, okay, 2010, 11. So if I get a phone call, pick up, that's fine. I can make the food, people come and pay and go. But if I get the delivery, what am I going to do? I don't have a driver. At that time, $18, $15 a delivery cost, that is like, wow, a big money, like
Right.
15. I don't want to lose that $15 or $20. So what I do, this is also crazy. I forwarded my store phone to my cell phone. So I take the order and I go make it and put on the sign on the door, we'll be back in 5 minutes, and I go deliver it.
Wow.
Yes. So I go deliver it. And in case somebody called the store for the pickup order, it forwarded on my cell phone. So I goes like, Hawaii's pizza, and I'm driving. Hawaii's pizza, how can I help you? Okay, large pizza, pepperoni, anything else? Okay, we'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Wow.
I run to the store, open it, and make the pizza, and customer come, take it and go. So this is how I did for almost a year and a half or two, just to can pay them expenses very, very high. And then when Uber started coming in for passengers, of course, and I got to think at that time, why Uber, they don't do delivery food? But, they don't want to do it. So what I used to do, because I started getting busy now in 2013, I have enough people. So what I do when there's no drivers, I had the Uber driver app. I hope Uber don't hear me so they can follow me. I take Uber, I order Uber like I'm a passenger going from A to B. And that's actually A is my store and B is a customer store. And the driver come to get the passenger. It's me. I'll just give him the pizza. I said, listen, man, here's the $5. Go and deliver it to this person. And he still makes his, fare.
Right, of
And
course.
he's like, seriously? What? Really? Where's the passenger? I said, don't worry. You will get your money. Just take this pizza and deliver it to this guy. This is what I did back in 2013. Yes. And
Oh, wow.
then they started Uber Eats, DoorDash, and stuff like that. So that's the story whole change with the online delivery.
So pretty much Uber need to give you some equity in Uber Eats, right?
Oh, this was back in 2014, exactly when they just started passengers. So the driver comes in, they try to find and I go out and say, this is a pizza. And he goes like, okay, I don't care. As long as I'm going to get my money from a ride.
Right.
And actually, delivery fee or whatever, the tips, already the customer paid for it.
Yeah.
He paid delivery charge, he paid the cut. So this is the money I give, and he goes and delivers.
That's great. It's very fascinating, right? You were able to merge, I think, all the kind of innovation and all the information you've learned from your past experience within tech and really apply it in a new and fresh way too. I think that's something very understated in your story that I'm really catching upon right now, which is very
Yeah,
fascinating. Wow.
thank you.
All right, so a couple quick fires, which pretty much, if you have any stories, please share them too. I love hearing all your stories, and I'm sure we'll at some point do a part two because I feel like we haven't even covered half of the stories that you have. But all right, few quick fires. First, what is your most controversial opinion you have about pizza? A hot take.
Very good question. I'm not ready for all these answers, but the good thing about pizza, no complaint.
Mm-hmm.
As
No
long as it's
complaint.
pizza, no complaint.
Love it, love it. And it's very consistent with the way you've been telling about everything. All right, now a bit personal then. What is your favorite pizza topping or pizza toppings? Is I know that you've already mentioned you have a couple, so what would you say are a couple then? No
Tandoori
order.
chicken.
Tandoori
Top
chicken.
Tandoori chicken pizza, top notch. I mean, there is no one like who tried it. He hooked up with this. It's spicy. We can make it very spicy if you like it, mild or in middle. But the flavor, even some people online, I was like laughing to read the reviews. He said the tandoori chicken changed my life. I'm like, thank. I'm happy. It changed your life.
Oh, I think I'll need to travel down there to try it. I'm
Please,
enticed. I'm very enticed. All right.
please.
What is your, or what, and this is again a personal question, so of course it doesn't have to be what everyone thinks, but what is your least favorite pizza topping?
This pizza, plain cheese.
Plain cheese? Interesting. Interesting. That is a first. Okay. Okay. Why so? Why so? Do you just feel there can be more done? It's like an empty canvas, or what do you think?
Yeah, I would think because pizza always comes sauce and cheese, right?
Mhm.
So about if you get more nutrition, like protein or veggie, why not? While it's cooking at the same time, you don't have to cook it extra on the side, right?
Right. Right. Interesting. All right. All right. All right. And then a pizza you'd recommend to someone who's never had your pizza before. Would you say it's still a tandoori chicken, or is it a different one?
Tandoori
Tandoori.
and
Okay.
like spicy, like a chili, we just do it
Mhm.
mild, and they're hooked up. Yeah,
Great. Great. All right. So last quick fire question. Do you know of Dave Portnoy and the kind of one bite pizza reviews he has?
not really
All
sure. Can
right.
you repeat?
Yeah, so Dave Portnoy is an owner of Barstool Sports, and he does this pizza review thing that is very popular on
Oh
social
yeah,
media.
yeah.
Yes,
The the one who goes outside and talk to the
exactly,
people. Yeah, and
exactly,
he
exactly.
got mad at him one time. Yeah, I forgot his name. Yes, yes, yes. Do you have connection with him? Send him over, please.
So, in case something can happen, what would be your elevator pitch to him to come and try your pizza?
I might, because when you own things, you're gonna try to brag about it and this and that. I'm gonna copy and paste some real reviews, people about the pizza. Hopefully, he will come over.
You'll let the pizza and the customers do the talking for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, insert here where I put in a couple of those, and maybe on one of the platforms we post this on, he'll be able to see this and he'll drop by.
So, man,
Yeah.
where he's located originally from New York or where? I guess.
New York, but he travels all over. He travels all over, so I'm sure there's definitely a shot. And I think with your story and with everything I've heard so far, there is no question in my mind that he has to drop by Columbus.
Welcome him and welcome you at any time, man. And the good thing in Grandview, we open late night because that area downtown, close to the university, High State University. So it's a very light, active
Mhm.
late nights. And I'm glad you saw that on Instagram, the microphone. Actually, the
Yes.
story of the microphone, what happened. So during COVID, it was, the COVID time. It was hard. People started, I was by myself. I was by myself again. Everybody quit to use people and they started, getting checks and stuff from the government and they don't want to work. Oh, I lost my job and getting money. So I was by myself. And now what should I do? I have to put that glass there. People with the mask, when the customer comes or driver and asks when I cannot hear them. With the mask,
Mhm.
with the
Right,
shield,
right, of course, yeah.
with the loud noises of the oven inside, I cannot hear nothing. So I put the microphone. So can speaker microphone, I can hear them from inside. And since I'm by myself at the COVID time, so I can do the multi-job together. So I can hear them, okay, large, okay, I'll do it. Put the pizza, go and bring it. So here we go. People loved it and they started, rapping on it. And I started music and this became like a iconic thing. People said, then I put like a bits rap, a best voted rap and Instagram. You're going to get the free pizza. People come. You have seen a lot of people coming, clapping and crazy. So we started having fun. And then there's people from New York comes like a dance group. They always, when they come in Ohio, they come and dance. It's a very small area, but they come and dance and they love it. They have pizza and dance. So they say all what we need is love and pizza and dance. That's it.
Wow, I love hearing that. So for anyone that's unaware, just go to their Instagram, which I'll also link below. But it was one of the first videos or I think pieces of content I've seen of yours, just because it like sticks out to the eye. I'm like, someone's like at the microphone, interesting. So I go click on it and I see someone just rapping, and you're rapping quite well as well, might I add. And I was like, wow, this is first yet again. This is brilliant, and just comes to show just all your innovative spins that you add to Pizzeria.
Yeah. I mean, as I told you, business is a mind game. You have to do
Yes.
possible to get the people love you and love your product and food. And then consistency, you have to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to reach your goals.
Great. So, Shawn, as my final question that I have for you is, what would you want Halwanis to be remembered for?
Love, because yeah, love is the most important thing in the life for everything. And if there is no love, we wouldn't be in this world, for our manners, for our relation, for our business, everything. And of course, you have to be like honest, honesty with love, not just a fake love, for
Uh-huh.
example. So that's all what you need. So we can support each other. We can love each other. We would love to have, I mean, as I love people supporting me, I also love to support other
Of course.
pizzerias when there is always like, something called Slice of Columbus for, for the cancer stuff. We always go and support them and make about 300 pizza as a donation. And also when there's a kids, trying to learn pizza in our community, we bring them in. They love. Then I remember my days. Maybe you will see a video. I'm teaching them how to make pizza. So I remember those days. Now at that time, I wish somebody can take me inside of the pizzeria kitchen and show me how to make the pizza, but nobody allow you. So now we have group of schools and teachers with about 20, 25, and we teach them how to make the small pizza, and they make their own pizza and bake it and take it home and eat.
Wow, that is, once again, I'm going to repeat myself, but beautiful. Beautiful. Shawn, I really appreciate your time and all these stories, and I really hope we can get together again and do a part two of this, because I'm sure you have many more to add, but maybe we'll spread it out a little bit to see what other exciting adventures you get up to and more news I hear about Halwanis. But as we wrap up, where can listeners or viewers find your pizzeria? Any last words you have that you want to let everyone know about? Please, floor is yours.
Sure, yeah. So our first location, which I call it mother location, like we started from there in Grandview. It's on 1453 Avenue or Ida Avenue. It's just like kind of confusing, but it's Ida Avenue better just for Google in Columbus. And then the second one, we have it in the Hilliard location, which is 5425 Roberts Road. And the third one coming soon in a week or less. We're just waiting for her department, the final approval, and we're good to go. It's going to be a former Pizza Hut in Dublin on Sawmill Road. It's 5837 Sawmill Road. And I wish you guys can come in for a grand opening, hopefully.
Great. Well, fingers crossed. Best of luck with the grand opening. Very excited to. I've already followed Halwani's on Instagram, so I'm very excited for all the future content to come. And on that note, this was Pizzas and Stories. I'm Vince. I was joined here by Shawn Halwani. Thank you again, and see you again next time.
Thank you, Vince, for hosting me. You have a great day.